I am peace. I am light. I am love. I am I am peace, I am light, I am love. I am that I am. I am peace, I am light, I am love. I am that I am. If you're coming in the room, guys, come on in. I am that I am. Enjoy our time here. Awakened as to who and what we really are. We're peace, light, peace, light, and love. I am that I am. I am peace, I am light, I am love. I am that I am. I am peace, I am light, I am love. I am that I am. I am peace, I am light, I am love. I am that I am. Join me, y'all. Get up there. Stretch and move. We're in this dimension, in these bodies, in these avatars. I am peace. I am light. I am love. I am that I am. So are you. I love that. Let me turn this down. Hold on. I'll bring you guys over to me. Hang on. If anybody's in here, they don't think Miss Monica's crazy here in the woods. Well, hello. I pressed the wrong button again. How are you guys doing today? I think there's a couple of people in here. I need to put my glasses on so I can see them. Hang on. See a little bit better with these on. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if you guys popped in or not while I was doing my meditative dance, but I am just so, whew. Like I said at my last live I did, this newest layer of the awakening is wow. Wow. I can only imagine what more can there be. I guess the what more would be like I said yesterday, and I hope somebody pops in so we can kind of talk about this, because I was sitting here kind of talking to myself, and I said, let me just talk to you guys out there, anybody else that's listening to let's kind of bounce this off of each other. um I was just sitting once this revelation to me came, or source creator, however it happened, the awakening happened to where I truly understood that I'm actually a spirit being, a facet of source, having a very unique human experience. My experience is going to be totally different from yours, totally different. And think of the billions of beings on this earth, and each one of them is having an absolutely totally different unique experience as a human, a facet of source in their human avatar, or whatever mankind avatar, human, whatever the case may be, because everything is source, everything is that spark. So it's kind of like the realization of really coming home to you that your worst enemy is just another facet of source. Everything is source. Every single thing. Blade of grass, grain of rice, piece of mirror, the fireplace, the floor, the carpet. We're all energy. And we're all fragments of this cosmic energy. And maybe not part, but the main reason is why we incarnate is to learn lessons, to experience different things. And I kind of question that too, because if you cut your finger, it hurts. So why do we have to cut so many different fingers for to get the imprint that hurts, you know. Do you guys ever think about stuff like that? Or is it just me? This is what I often do, guys, and sit here in my cabin and do strange meditative dances and stuff and go talk to my chickens. A lot of people think I'm crazy, but that's okay. So I sat here just sort of reliving different things or different experiences in my life with a different lens now. Remembering how everything felt, the good, the bad, the ugly. And to go back to those individual experiences and try and pick what lessons I learned during those times. And I have to say, I learned a lot of lessons. And it even brought home, not brought home, but made it clearer to me as to really what all this is. And that what was that guy's name in the that's supposed to be the most Dawkins, the guy in the with cerebral palsy, he's supposed to be the most intelligent, highest IQ human being on the planet. He described God the way it makes sense to me now, as like just a burst of energy, just a burst of energy that goes for eternity. Different planets, different galaxies, different solar systems, inner Earth, and perhaps in all the different planets. And this is a way that God or this energy is existing, or not existing because it's always existed, but this is a way of it manifesting itself into everything. And as a facet of source, waking up in this incarnation and understanding what's going on. And again, I kind of liken it to being in a matrix, that we are alive, not alive, but we are conscious in the matrix. And I like that. And also understanding that as facets of source, that makes us co-creators. We have free will. We can continue on with whatever timeline we decide we want to go with. And there's a many different timelines. And if you really think about it, guys, if you're still having some apprehension there and still thinking maybe Miss Monica a little bit cuckoo, again, think about all these other civilizations past under the ocean, under mud floods and all of that. This has happened uh, for billions of years, not only 6,000 years ago. That's part of the construct for this particular timeline. This timeline, this bubble in infinity. It's so clear to me now that we are in a matrix. We're awake in the matrix, and we get to decide which timeline we want to participate in. And like I said, there's many. Now I mentioned on my last video that one particular timeline I'd like to see manifest is that big giant dark ship appearing in the sky and lands in these beautiful, exquisite, tall black beings with skin like diamonds come out of it. And they are very kind and gentle. And they're not coming to save us because we don't need a savior. And I understand that now. But in this particular timeline or dimension, what of this particular timeline is that the indigenous people all over the world were the melanated people, and somehow a different type of being took control over the indigenous or the beings that were supposed to be on this earth. And these black extraterrestrials are coming back. Extraterrestrials, or maybe, I don't know, it has to be extraterrestrials, are coming in just to, hey, wake up. Wake up. The world does belong. Why is my phone? My battery's dying. Oh no. Oh no. But I thought I had it. Hang on, guys. I have to change this real quick. I want to keep talking. Don't go away if you're still there. But if you got to go, I get it. I'm still going to talk to myself. Why did it? Hang on. That's the one thing about living in a tiny house. You got to. Let me see if this thing is plugged. Yeah, it's plugged. Or maybe it's the wrong plug. Okay, let me try something else. Hold on, guys. Feel free to join if you want to come in, guys. It's just me and my chickens if you hear them. Let me see if it went this time. Okay, something's wrong with the cord. So I may have to get off anyway because it's not working. And I don't know what the problem is. So let me see. Who is that? Michelle, hey girl. You're in Dallas? Thank you, darling. Screaming engine? Is that screaming engine? Much love. Farting around in the house and doing chores with my headphones on. Yep. I'm doing good. Thanks for joining me, guys. I'll stay on as long as I can. I don't forgot where I was. Anyway, reflecting on the lessons I've learned in this dimension and pretty much coming to the understanding that we can rewrite this. So I've been kind of thinking, again, going over in my mind, things that I've been through in my life and what lessons have I learned here. What was the reason I chose to incarnate? Because really, we actually choose this, guys. We actually choose our lives. We choose the time. We choose to forget. It's part of the game. It's part of the game that we go through life to experience what we individually want to experience. Um, I'm excited about that fact. I can't even describe how excited I am that I have woken up in here, and I get it. I get what's going on. And my main focus now in this dimension is trying to decide where I want to go next. But while I'm here, like I mentioned before, the major lesson that I learned here is love. That's the most important thing. And I think that's not think I know that's why Yeshua tried to show us, trying to give us some cheat codes is what he did. Gave us some cheat codes if we wanted to find the codes. And that's kind of how I'm looking at this now. It's a game. We're in the Sims game, but we're conscious or we're sentient or whatever you want to call it in this game. So we can kind of see what's happening now. That's how it is for me. I can see when they lay out the traps of, the wars, and in this particular dimension, because that's the reality in this particular dimension. So now we're having to function in this dimension to go ahead and get out of it if we want to, or stay in the game and continue playing. Maybe you want to play this game again. I didn't get it this time, so I'm gonna come back one more time and get it. I think I'm done. I think I'm done with the way things are now in that lower vibrational field. Do I think that there's a shift happening? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think more and more of us are awakening. And that's kind of why I put in the beginning chat of just what lessons maybe have you learned this incarnation, and where do you think you would like to go next? Do you want to continue in this dimension or this timeline and help bring in the golden age, heaven on earth in this dimension? Or would you rather move on and leave 3D where it is and just move on up the ladder, so to speak? Or do we want to go ahead and stay here in 3D and actually bring in that golden age here? And in my mind just now, I said, is that possible? But anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. We can do anything. We can rewrite the whole script. Yeah. But anyway, where I was going with that, this particular timeline, my focus is to do everything in love. Love my avatar, love, be in total gratitude of everything that I have, try and spread high vibrational energy and sort of be a catalyst for others who are on the verge of awakening, if they want to awake, if it is their desire to run into another facet for them to fire off of me. That would be cool. That would be cool. And then I ask myself, is that ego talking, Monica? Or is that inner light, that facet? And I would say, I think it's both. I think it's both, actually. I mean, we are unique for a reason. Our creator Source Creator made every single one of us different so we can have our own experience, whatever that experience is that we choose, whether it's good or bad. I firmly believe that we chose all of this, all of us. And to me, that's the ultimate love. For Source Creator to fracture itself into cajillion everything and allow each unique facet to have their own experience, whatever that choice was. Maybe it's sort of like the yin and the yang, the polarity. In order for you to know that there's good, there you have to see bad. Or if you're in bad, you experience good, so you know that there's a difference, and we have a choice to either be good or bad. And which feels better? And what I've learned from this incarnation is that love feels much better than doing anything evil or mean. It doesn't feel good. So maybe if we keep repeating this, ultimately everywhere in the universe and the cosmos, everywhere will be nothing but love. Possibly. I don't know. To be continued, huh? Oh, goodness. Let me go ahead. I got to take my glasses off to be able to see. Let's see. It all depends on what the golden age consists of. Will all this violent crime end? And what's best for the future? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Now, I told you I listen to everything. According to some, they say that Trump often speaks of the golden age. The golden age is coming. But is it the golden age or the gilded age? Kind of like Hunger Games? Because if it's that gilded age or that golden age, that's not the golden age that I would want to participate in. That's not the timeline. And that is a choice. That is a choice. There may be some who decide they want to do the Hunger Games thing. Not this one. I don't want to do the Hunger Games thing. I want the golden age to where there's peace everywhere on earth. There's no borders at all. We're all humans. We're all spirit beings in these very elaborate, technologically advanced software computer system, because I think that's what we are. We're some type of biological wonder. But I would like the golden age to where there would be no borders. Everyone had what they needed. No one wanted for anything. Everyone was happy. You could live the life that you wanted to live. If you wanted to just have your babies in the country and live wild and free, that's your choice. You know, whatever your heart desires, as long as it's done in love and consideration for all other facets, nothing but love. So if it's that golden age, yeah, that's the one I would want. Thanks for sharing that. I take the glasses off again. Let's see. I have always been a loving person. Yes. I don't want no Hunger Game. Me neither. Me neither. Me neither. And I was thinking about that too, because during my journey, I was on this kick of, the apocalypse is coming, and got to watch out, for, make sure that you get as self-sustainable as possible, and make sure you have food and water and supplies and all of that. And I still believe that needs to be done in this particular dimension, in this particular timeline. That's the reality in this particular dimension. So I still have my stockpile of food and water and all of that, but I have a different mindset about that. If I choose to be in that timeline to where there's going to be an apocalypse and everything's going to shut down, the grid's going to shut down, and there's not going to be food and water and, all of that, I could choose to be in that timeline or not. And that's the beauty of this whole thing. You get to choose what timeline you want to be in. And remember the movie again. Remember the movie again, Matrix, the Matrix Unloaded, and all of that. This whoever's running this particular Matrix, and maybe that was written into for us to make the game juicy of how to get out of the Matrix. Remember when Neo truly awakened, what did he awaken to? He awakened to the fact that he was in the Matrix. And he knew how to get out of the Matrix. But then he would go back into the Matrix, I guess, to free other people or whatever. I don't know the crux of the thing, but I understand now he realized that he was in the game and was able to get out the game, but go back in the game. And that kind of makes sense again, because we have awakened to being in the game, in the Matrix. And the way to get out of the Matrix is all here. It's within. It's within. The more I talk about, the less crazy it seems to me. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. Thank you for joining me and just to talk about this just a little bit. Think about what you've learned this time around. Where would you like to go next? And as a collective, let's make that happen. But let's just make sure, if y'all want me to join you, you just make sure it's in love. We are peace, we are light, and we are love. The divine in me sees the divine in you. Keep your vibrations high, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, y'all.